mysterious counterparts from the afterlife are haunting a mother and her young child. Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the secret of a horrifying ritual. Welcome to Psychic Investigations, a project of true and shocking stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate mysterious paranormal phenomena and intricate criminal cases. Yulia and her daughter, Rita, come to this playground frequently, but the young mother doesn't let her little daughter out of her sight as she fears losing her more than anything in the world.
There were times when I almost lost my child.
One day, as Yulia was taking Rita to the daycare, the doll the girl was carrying suddenly flew out of her hands and landed on the road right under the wheels of a bus.
It was like someone knocked the doll out of her hands. She reached out for the doll, and the bus started moving at the same time. I shouted, "Rita!"
The woman pulled her daughter out of the bus's way at the last moment, and just a week later, death nearly claimed the daughter again as they were getting on a trolley bus.
Someone knocked the sunglasses out of her hands. She started crying and reaching under the trolley bus for them. The door started shutting, but Rita was sticking out of the trolley bus, reaching almost under it.
Yulia was so terrified that she couldn't speak for a long time afterward.
My whole life flashed before my eyes.
But the most horrifying part is that each time something like this happened, the girl saw a ghostly figure of a little girl by her side.
There was a little girl there. I was so scared.
A month before that, little Rita told her mom about the ghostly little girl. Yulia was cooking breakfast in the kitchen when Rita, terrified and crying, ran in from the other room.
I woke up and saw a silhouette near the balcony. I quickly ran to Mom in the kitchen, and the shadow followed me.
She started screaming. It was so terrible.
Yulia first thought her daughter simply had a bad dream, but soon she noticed that Rita talked to someone, sitting in an empty room, as if playing with an invisible friend.
She talked as if having a dialogue with someone. It's impossible to describe in words. You have to see it.
And the most terrifying part is that Yulia thinks that little Rita is being haunted by the ghost of a child she lost. Yulia was pregnant with her second baby when she suddenly experienced a sharp pain in her belly and started bleeding.
I was hospitalized.
The doctors told Yulia the fetus wasn't moving.
It hurts to understand that my baby was never meant to be born.
Then Yulia not only lost her child, but also her husband. She had divorced Rita's father years ago due to differences in views on life, and her second husband, who desperately wanted to have a child, couldn't handle the loss, and as such, their marriage collapsed. Sometime later, Yulia had a strange dream. In the moonlight, she saw the silhouette of a little girl in a cemetery.
I saw a cemetery with rickety, lopsided crosses. There was a sudden flash of light, and a white silhouette suddenly appeared out of the flash.
Yulia woke up in a cold sweat. The nightmare convinced her that her unborn baby's spirit was haunting her daughter. Yet, Rita somehow knows the ghost girl's name.
Yulia? Her name is Yulia?
This is peculiar since Yulia didn't know the gender of her unborn baby at the time. Desperate? She pleads with the psychics to help save her daughter.
I'm very afraid for Rita, and I'm asking the psychics to come and help me.
Psychics Olena Kurilova and Rubina Tsibulska have agreed to help Yulia.
I remember a case from my practice. 2 children, brothers, capsized in a boat. The mother pulled the younger one out of the water, but the older boy drowned, and the spirit of the deceased brother provoked life-threatening situations with the younger one.
Did he want to possess his body?
Yes. Could it be a similar case?
Look, Yulia was supposed to have a son.
but her daughter sees the spirit of a little girl. That's strange.
Who could that girl be? And why is she coming to Rita?
I see a young woman. I hear her voice. She's telling someone, if you get rid of her and the child, he will be yours.
Get rid of whom? Yulia and her daughter?
I don't know, but I sense that someone wants to win back their love at any cost.
It's quite weird. Yulia's husband left her not too long ago. And if some woman wants him back, who is she? And, most importantly, why does she want to harm Rita and her mother?
I see Yulia holding her daughter's hand and looking into a mirror. And her reflection tells her, "You will kill your daughter."
Is it a vision of the future?
I don't know.
The psychics meet Yulia at the playground near her home.
Hello,
Hello.
I've been waiting for you. Please help me.
Out of a sudden, I found myself at a cemetery, where a ghostly silhouette appeared over a grave, then another, and I heard their whispering. There weren't two of them. Look around. But the image disappeared abruptly.
My mirror is showing me a little girl of about 5. She looks like your daughter. She's in an apartment screaming, "Oh Lord, fire is killing her. What is this?"
I don't know. Could this be a vision from the future?
Could I work with your daughter?
Of course.
Hello, dear. Who is the girl you keep seeing?
Yulia. She's a little girl?
Do you play with her?
Yes.
Put your hand on the mirror. Oh, there's someone else. Do you see a woman?
Yes.
What's she like?
Like this.
Oh, darling, don't be afraid. We will help you, I promise. Now go, everything will be all right. Your daughter is being haunted by 2 dead people, a woman and a child.
But why are they haunting her?
I had the vision of the mirror again. Remember? I told you before the investigation that I saw Yulia and her daughter? She's holding her daughter's hand and looking into a mirror. But it wasn't a mirror at all. It was like a gateway to the afterlife. It's not your reflection. I see a woman and a girl. They're both dead. And they look a lot like you and your daughter.
Yes, I know.
Did your daughter tell you the ghosts are just like you and her?
Yes,
Is this some kind of parallel world? Are these Yulia and Rita's counterparts who want to kill them?
I hear the dead woman's voice. You will pay with your daughter.
Could it be revenge for something?
please help me, I beg you.
The card suggests that you, Yulia, feel guilty about the death of a young woman and her child.
My friend, Katya.
I see her in my mirror. She's pregnant. Oh Lord, she took her own life.
She hanged herself.
The woman says she still doesn't understand how her best friend could have taken such a horrifying step. The tragedy occurred in Yulia's hometown when she and her friend were both 17.
She was the closest person to me. We were best friends.
But why does Yulia blame herself for her pregnant friend's death?
Does the reason lie in a phone call?
Yes. She called me in the middle of the night, and she said, "You won't see me again. I love you."
Yulia didn't take her friend's words seriously, as she couldn't imagine Katya was able to kill herself and her child. However, the following morning, she received a shocking phone call.
At 9 a.m., I received a call and heard that Katya had hanged herself. If I had been there, this wouldn't have happened.
She visits you in your dreams.
Yes, I see her occasionally, wearing all white. She asks me to come. She calls to her.
We needed to work at the site of Katya's death.
Yulia leaves her daughter with a friend and travels with the psychics to the place where her other friend committed suicide.
There was a structure here. It looked like a gazebo. Was it torn down?
Yes.
I need to summon Katya's spirit.
Do you hear that?
What surprised me the most was the sudden change in the weather.
But she's here. A fair-haired woman of small stature with dimples on her cheeks.
She's holding a blue scarf.
She used to wear it everywhere.
You two could talk for hours.
Yulia, you're like a sister to me, she would say.
But above all else, she craved her mother's support, not yours.
When she got pregnant, her mother told her to leave home, saying she wouldn't stand the shame.
She died because her heart was broken.
The young man she loved and who made her pregnant lied to her. He didn't need her or the baby.
He cheated on her and lied all the time.
He claimed the baby wasn't his.
Yes, he said, the baby isn't mine and I won't accept it.
Instead of giving life to a new person who would love her, Katya killed herself and the baby. I hear her voice now. She says you, Yulia, are not to blame. You were always by her side. She loves you very much.
Katya, my darling, I'm so sorry I couldn't save you. I've been blaming myself for it my whole life.
She hears you and she's embracing you. It's not Katya and her baby who are haunting your daughter.
The late Katya tried to save Yulia from making the same mistake she did. She said, "Love is killing Rita."
Katya is showing me a handkerchief. I saw a woman's hands tying a strip of white fabric around a gravestone. But at the time, I couldn't interpret this vision.
Suddenly, I felt someone's presence. A woman and a girl. They were dressed in white. They're a mother and daughter, and they look like you and Rita. At that moment, I had a vision. A young woman. I couldn't see her face. She was embracing a crying child, and suddenly, the silhouettes of these dead mother and daughter appeared before her, dressed in white.
Mom. My mom used to hug both of us, my sister and me, like that.
Has your mother seen ghosts dressed in white?
Yes, yes.
Could those be the same spirits that little Rita sees now?
I thought maybe the two ghosts were connected to the family. Yulia, you're afraid of losing your child, and the mirror shows me that your mother was also very afraid of losing you. You were born with a condition that almost took your life.
Yes. I was born with my intestines outside my body.
Yulia was born with a condition called the abdominal wall defect. In simple terms, this is a gap between the abdominal muscles. Doctors did everything they could to save the girl's life.
My mirror shows that death kept following you. Yulia, you survived 2 near-fatal accidents.
Yes. I was riding a motorcycle with my friend after the prom. I ended up flying in one direction and the motorcycle in another. I don't know how I survived.
And then another accident occurred. Yulia was walking home from the store when a car hit her on the sidewalk.
I flew and hit my temple on the curb. I came to in the hospital where my mom was crying over me. The doctors said I was extremely lucky.
I see your mom praying over you day and night. It was thanks to her prayers that you survived. Were the same ghost woman and child visiting Yulia and her mother? I'd like to work with your mother.
Let's go.
Yulia's mother, Svetlana, lives in the same town.
Please give me your hand. My mirror shows you hugging your daughters, as if hiding from someone. You were afraid of the man you loved, the father of your daughters.
He was always jealous. He was very displeased and aggressive. And that last time he tried to kill me.
He said, "Come on, I'll hang you." In front of me and my sister. It's terrible even to remember.
Whenever he was drunk, it was like a demon possessed him.
Yes.
I see you crying and telling your husband you're leaving him.
Yes. I thought long and hard about my 13-year marriage. Should I divorce or not? I had no idea how I was supposed to live alone with 2 children.
When did you leave him?
When Yulia was 11 and Irina was 7. I finally found the strength to get a divorce, stand on my own 2 feet, remarry, and have what I have now.
You decided to leave your husband after you saw the image of a woman with a child.
It was the Virgin Maria.
How did you see her?
I don't know, it was a white silhouette. I felt it was protecting me. I understood that we needed to do this, that I was doing the right thing, that getting a divorce wasn't a sin but a salvation, and that's it.
Svetlana indeed saw the image of a higher power who was protecting her.
But Yulia's home isn't visited by higher forces, but ordinary ghosts that aren't related to her mother's vision.
The reason for the ghost's visits was a deadly love. It's all because of a man you wanted to get back with.
It's about your first love. You were very young then.
Yes. The boy I've always loved.
You met when you were going through a difficult time. Physical pain.
I was in the hospital after the accident after the prom. I was lying there with injuries, and my brother came to visit me with his friend.
Yulia says that after the accident, her injuries were so severe that she spent several months in the hospital. The doctors literally put her back together. At 17, hearing that you might become disabled is terrifying, but she was saved from pain and bitter thoughts by love, her first pure, true feeling.
I counted seconds, waiting for him to come to the hospital to see me. We would sit in my room until late at night.
Yulia still can't understand how such a handsome young man could have noticed her, all bandaged up.
He's so real. I loved him. I loved him very much.
But your relationship was destroyed because of a child.
Yes.
The doctors shocked Yulia with a terrible diagnosis, saying she wouldn't be able to have children due to her injury, and she told her boyfriend about it. At that time, she didn't know that the doctor's predictions wouldn't come true.
He said, "I don't want to be with you in that case." And he left with another woman.
Yulia barely remembers the whole year after the man left her. She didn't sleep at night, barely ate, and cried all the time.
Tears like a veil. I didn't see anything or anyone.
You suffered a lot. You couldn't let go of that love.
I've been married twice. No matter who I married, I always thought about him. No one could replace him.
The card said that when Yulia lost her baby and divorced her second husband, she received news from Sasha.
We communicated on social media for a while. He even called me and said, "Let's meet. I want to see you." And I went there, and he said, "It hurts me to live in the same city as you."
After that meeting, everything in your soul turned upside down. Your feelings for him flared up with renewed strength.
Yes.
Wait. I see you trying to peek into the future to find out if you'll be together. Did you ask a fortune teller to help you?
The card of magic.
Magic. A witch.
Rubina, you're right.
Yulia heard about a fortune teller Vika from her acquaintances. Rumor had it that she knew about magic.
Vika laid out the cards for me and said, "He will be with you."
The next day, the fortune teller told Yulia that she knew Sasha personally and had even talked to him about her. The man allegedly assured her that he wanted to be with Yulia again.
She said, "I gave him your address." Wait,
Does Sasha have a wife and a child?
he does.
And the fortune teller told you that things were bad in his family and that he and his wife had been strangers for a long time, didn't she?
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm tuning in to this woman now. Wait. I've already seen her this morning. It turns out that the fortune teller's words I heard were about the man's family. She told Yulia that his family wouldn't prevent him from returning to her. I hear her saying something to you about magic,
Yes.
about some kind of ritual. But then facts started emerging that were simply unbelievable.
What happened to the wife and child of Yulia's ex-boyfriend?
Here they are,
My God,
the mother and daughter.
The shocking truth about the love ritual is waiting for you. Olena Kurilova and Rubina Tsibulska were approached by this woman, Yulia, whose 5-year-old daughter, Rita, is being haunted by the ghost of a young girl. Little Rita first encountered the spirit about a month ago.
I woke up and saw a silhouette near the balcony. I quickly ran to Mom in the kitchen, and the shadow followed me.
Since then, Yulia's daughter has narrowly escaped being hit by a car twice.
It was such a shock.
2 spirits, a woman and a girl, are haunting Rita.
They look a lot like you and your daughter.
The investigation led the psychics to Yulia's mother. They initially suspected that the mysterious spirits were bound to the entire family, but after figuring everything out, they dismissed this theory.
I sensed that the reason for the ghost's appearance was a tragic love story.
It's about your first love.
It's a boy I've loved my whole life, but who married another girl.
Yulia's personal life hasn't been easy. She divorced her first husband when her daughter was very young. Her second husband left after the loss of their unborn baby, and soon after, Yulia's former boyfriend, Sasha, who had been her first love in her youth, reached out to her.
I loved him. I loved him so much.
After that boy left you, you couldn't forget him.
I thought about him all the time. No one could replace him.
Eventually, 10 years after their breakup, Yulia met Sasha, who was married at the time. He told her he had been thinking about her all along.
Your feelings for him flared up with renewed strength.
To find out if she and Sasha had a future together, Yulia consulted a woman reputed to be a local fortune teller.
Vika laid out the cards for me and said, "He will be with you."
And the fortune teller told you that things were bad in his family and that he and his wife had been strangers for a long time, didn't she?
Yes.
I hear her saying something to you about magic.
Yes.
She insisted on performing a specific ritual to ensure nothing stood in the way of your happiness with the man.
She told me to buy a waffle towel and candles and said, "Don't worry, everything will be fine."
Could the magical ritual have resulted in the death of Sasha's wife and child? And are they the ghosts haunting Yulia's daughter?
But I sense that the man's wife and child are alive.
Yes.
My mirror is showing me that the fortune teller took you to the cemetery to perform the ritual there.
Yes. I couldn't help the feeling that she hypnotized me.
Yulia says that had she known where the fortune teller was taking her for the ritual, she would never have agreed and would never have gone to the cemetery.
I had no control over myself and my emotions. I couldn't control anything.
Yulia had no idea what kind of ritual it was or what consequences it might have.
I see you and that woman between 2 graves.
Yes, yes. It was on Good Friday.
Good Lord, on such a day. I see it was dark all around. Why did she take you to the cemetery after sunset?
I don't know.
You don't need any rituals on Good Friday to attract spirits, as on this day, all spirits at the cemetery are very active, and anyone who happens to find themselves near them is in trouble.
It turned out that the fortune teller didn't mention a word about how dangerous it was.
Vika told me he would come back. I don't understand how I could fall under her influence like that. She was looking for a grave with the names of Yulia and Natalia inscribed on them. Sasha's wife's name is also Natalia. Vika squatted at Natalia's grave and started whispering. Whispering she was doing something like this. It was some sort of magic, and then she said it had worked. When we found the grave with the name of Yulia, she tied the white towel to the cross.
And then I realized the meaning of my vision of the female hands tying a white cloth to a gravestone cross.
She told me that after Easter, I should go to the cemetery, take the towel she tied to the cross at Yulia's grave, and bury it next to Natalia's grave. Then she twisted the candles into a cross, lit them, and made me do the same.
It sounds like a ritual of binding the man to you and repelling his wife.
It was so terrifying. I didn't understand what was happening.
Probably at Natalia's grave, the fortune teller did a repelling ritual for Sasha's wife. It's apparent to me. But to bind Sasha, she needed a grave with his name, not Yulia's. Something was wrong.
She told me, "Don't look in the mirror today. If something is flying around your house, don't worry. It will pass soon."
How awful.
When you do such things, especially on Good Friday, it will always have consequences.
Yulia says that after the ritual, a poltergeist indeed appeared in her home.
I woke up to a loud noise in my apartment. Something crashed. I thought it was the cat, but the cat was sleeping next to me. I went to the kitchen and saw an overturned chair.
And the ritual didn't help, and Sasha never returned to you.
No.
When performing a binding spell, practitioners of black magic often use spirits, but you should never do such things on Good Friday. I'm sure that Vika made a mistake performing the ritual.
You must go to church and ask God for forgiveness for this great sin.
The mother was right, however, this wouldn't stop the magic from working.
We need to figure out what kind of trouble that fortune teller has dragged Yulia into. We'll go to see her.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, you're the woman I saw in my mirror before the investigation. I see a young dark-haired woman. We're here to help Yulia. You took her to the cemetery to carry out a black ritual, and you insisted the ritual was necessary so Yulia could finally reunite with the man she loves.
No.
But you yourself said we should go to the cemetery. You told me to buy the towel and the candles and said you'd do everything.
You wouldn't leave me alone? She kept bugging me until I simply gave up.
Vika claims she only agreed to look at Yulia's future with tarot cards, and it was Yulia who insisted on performing the ritual.
But you told me you knew Sasha, and then he himself said he didn't know anybody named Vika.
I used to know Sasha as a child, you get it?
Why did you lie to me and promise to make everything all right?
Because otherwise, you wouldn't give me a break.
Listen, Vika, if you wanted her to leave you alone, why did you take her to the cemetery then?
Thank you for what's happening to me and my child now.
I think you've always had issues of different sorts.
No, it only started happening to me after I met you.
Vika, are you a practicing magician or who are you?
No, but I know how to tell fortune by cards.
What kind of ritual did you perform?
My great-grandmother was a witch, and she left some notes. I found her notebooks once, read them, and memorized everything.
I was shocked to hear that. The woman found some questionable notes on how to perform a ritual and decided she could pull it off.
Disturbing the world of the dead can be dangerous.
It wasn't supposed to do any harm. I simply went to one grave, poured vodka, then found another grave and poured vodka there. I only took Yulia there so she would leave me alone finally. I never meant any harm to her.
I'd like to check it with the cards. Bars. Were you behind bars?
Yes. I was involved in fraud.
It turned out that Vika had served time for her role in a real estate scam. However, she claims she was a victim of the law enforcement system.
It wasn't entirely my fault. The police fabricated the entire case.
If you were in prison for fraud, I have no questions about why you deceived this woman. I looked at Yulia and saw she was stupefied to hear that. Unfortunately, many people trust their lives to people they know nothing about, all in the name of love.
I see exploitation, money, and illusions.
She simply always came to me for help, asking me to let her stay for a while or spend the night at mine.
You only wanted money.
She didn't pay me.
I clearly remember giving her 500 hryvnia.
You deceived her with this magic and ritual, all for money.
I didn't give her any guarantees. We just went there, and that's it.
Do you consider the cemetery ritual a joke?
Oh my. You have something brought from the cemetery.
Do you keep things from the ritual at the cemetery in your home?
Yes, I do. Vika told me to take the candles home.
Dear God.
Bring them here.
Yulia hurries home, while the fake fortune teller continues to justify herself to the psychics.
I swear I never meant to harm her.
You need to go to church and atone for your sins.
All right, thank you.
The mirror is now showing me Yulia in her apartment, and the dead woman with the child appears next to her.
Oh, Lord.
The mirror fell and crashed in the corridor.
How could it fall?
The spirit of the woman is now telling Yulia, tell them the truth.
Is Yulia hiding something from us?
My God.
Fortunately, Rita isn't at home. Yulia rushes back to the psychics.
The spirits visited you again, the woman and the girl.
Quiet, quiet.
Why did the ghosts break the mirror? Why did they appear in the apartment when Yulia picked up the ritual items? We need to work with what you brought from the cemetery.
Be careful.
Along with the ritual items, Yulia wrapped other objects given to her by the fortune teller. The tarot cards and the talisman made from a regular broom.
She said this was a talisman, and she told me to burn the candles. I didn't do anything.
These things give off death energy.
The ritual Vika performed at the cemetery didn't work. You need abilities for magic, and she doesn't have them. But because you went to the cemetery on such a day after sunset, and the fortune teller was engaging in dark practices on the graves, the spirits might have attached themselves to you. And since a child's energy is much weaker than an adult's, they started haunting specifically your daughter.
One of them is Yulia, and the other is Natalia.
It later turned out that those were the names little Rita used to refer to the ghosts she saw.
One of them, Natalia, is sturdy, and Yulia is short and little.
Wait a minute. But Rita is haunted by the spirits of a mother and daughter.
Yes,
But the ritual was at the graves of 2 adult women.
Yulia and Natalia.
then why the mother and daughter?
We need to go to the cemetery. We'll destroy the ritual items there. On the way to the cemetery, my mirror showed me Yulia and Rita's counterparts again. But each time, the images became more and more terrifying. The entity I had seen next to the girl started moving the chandelier. Sparks flew from it, setting the carpet on fire, and the little girl tried to hide from the flames. But why did it show me this horror? Show me the places of the ritual.
We were here.
And I sense that the other grave is over there.
It's somewhere there.
It's not this woman who's haunting your daughter. Fortunately, you didn't disturb the spirits on the graves where the ritual was performed.
Who's he then?
Quiet. They're both there. Before me stood the spirits of the woman and the girl whom I had already seen earlier that day. They're taking me somewhere. Here they are. Natalia,
Yulia. My God.
the mother and daughter.
A shocking finding. Natalia and Yulia are indeed buried in this grave. This is incredible. The deceased woman and girl were the same age as Yulia and her daughter, and they both died on the same day. But what do little Rita and her mother have to do with this?
Were you here?
No, we weren't.
They happen to be your family.
Absolutely not.
But they keep coming back to you.
Why?
They don't want to kill your daughter. It isn't their intention.
I sense the woman's heart stopped due to her child's death. My mirror is showing me the terrible fire in the apartment and the terrified girl in the corner again. I've seen this earlier today. The little girl is on fire. The daughter of this woman died in a fire. I see the mother returning to the apartment when it was already engulfed in flames. She couldn't save her daughter, and her heart couldn't take it. She died the same day. And she's haunting you because she doesn't want you to lose your child.
Why?
Suddenly, the spirit of the deceased mother said, "Follow us, I'll show you. Let's go there." We've been here. They say look around. There were more than 2 of them. During the ritual, there were not only Yulia and Vika here. There was little Rita.
What? Did you bring your daughter here?
Rita was here.
But why?
I had nobody to babysit.
It's so awful.
I still regret it.
A child's energy field is very vulnerable. Anyone from the afterlife can attach themselves to the child and pose a threat to their life.
Not to mention what huge stress it is for them.
I see Rita standing here. She's trembling.
She wept here. Children are very sensitive to the energy of the dead. And according to my feelings, little Rita saw a supernatural force at the cemetery.
The girl looked around and saw angry spirits from the surrounding graves.
She was crying, saying, "Mom, please, let's go home."
You put her in danger.
It wasn't me.
Yulia insists the fortune teller is the one to blame for it.
I'd seen it. I'd seen Yulia comforting her daughter at the cemetery. And that's when the dead woman and the girl came to them. The one who lost her daughter in the fire and died of grief herself.
Did she come to warn me and save her?
Yes. She heard Rita crying and begging you to take her away from the cemetery, just as her own daughter cried and called for her when she was burning in the fire. That's why the spirit of that woman came then.
The dead woman tried to protect Yulia from making the same mistake she did. She was afraid that Yulia's actions would lead to her daughter's death.
And then I understood. The images of Yulia and Rita's counterparts that I kept seeing all day suddenly fell into place in my mind as a single puzzle. The woman was left by her husband. To get him back, she performed a ritual at the cemetery, and entities started coming to her home, and they provoked the fire in which her daughter died. The dead mother and daughter, Natalia and Julius, saw the danger you were exposing your child to, and they didn't want the same thing to happen to you and your daughter as happened to them.
But if the spirits of the mother and her daughter didn't wish death upon Yulia's child, why is she constantly on the brink of death?
My mirror showed that due to the ritual items Yulia brought home, other angry spirits from the cemetery started coming to her apartment, and they posed a threat to little Rita.
If only I had known it would all end like this, I would have never done it.
I understand you as a woman who longs for love, but it wasn't worth it.
I see. I regret the horror I caused.
We'll help, because your child's life is in danger.
We'll destroy those black ritual items. Let's go.
The psychics and Yulia leave the cemetery to perform a ritual.
Little Rita is no longer in danger. And one last time, I saw the two ghosts of the woman and her daughter. They slowly dissolved into the air.
This bracelet will be a talisman for your daughter.
Thank you immensely.
Why is a mystical force choking a girl at night? Don't miss out. The clairvoyance will uncover a shocking family secret concerning a double murder. This young woman from Zakarpattia is desperate. She believes her younger sister is in mortal danger.
I really want to ask the psychics to come and help us so she's fine and unharmed.
Alisa Bodnia is a 6th grader and has a good family of a mother and father and an elder sister and brother. Until recently, she was a happy and cheerful child. But everything changed about a year ago. At night,
she got up, and her pillow was all bloodied.
My nose began to bleed without stopping. I got so scared.
What I saw, it shocked me completely.
She lost a lot of blood.
Blood was gushing. The mother called an ambulance and the doctors barely stopped the bleeding. It turned out that the blood vessels in the girl's nose had burst.
It could be a viral infection or an injury. There are diseases like hemophilia that cause bleeding, or even cancer.
However, none of these diseases were found in Alisa.
I've never seen someone bleeding without a reason. There's got to be something.
The following night, the bleeding started again, and each time it begins, the girl loses a lot of blood.
I was afraid I might bleed to death.
The doctors are also scared because they can't help the girl.
Sometimes such blood loss can end fatally. She can suffocate from the blood loss.
The family is afraid they might lose Alisa. They believe that some otherworldly force is pulling the little girl to the other side, as before each bleeding episode, someone invisible chokes the girl.
When I sleep, someone chokes me. I am scared.
Someone walks near her. She sees someone.
I'm afraid for my life.
I'm afraid I might lose her.
I really want the psychics to help me.
Clairvoyants Jana Shulikova and Olena Kurilova, who was already in Zakarpattia for another investigation, took on the task to help the girl.
I had a terrifying vision. This girl was lying on a couch. The couch was brown, and above her was a man. I saw a scene where Elisa was being abused. I asked the cards if this was the girl's future. And the cards answered, no, this has already happened.
Meanwhile, our crew heads to western Ukraine. On the way there, Jana Shulikova works with the girl's photo.
A strange picture. A young woman of about 20, all wet and blooded. And she said a very strange phrase. Elisa is not who she seems, but a favor for a favor. What did she mean?
Olena Kurilova is the first to reach the village where the girl lives.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I embrace you?
This is Elisa.
The relatives and neighbors gathered in front of the house. Everyone is concerned about the girl's fate. Meanwhile, Jana Shulikova is approaching the village.
The cards are showing me a dead boy next to this girl. Something chokes the girl at night. And the boy was strangled. Oh, Lord.
You're bleeding.
Give me a tissue. I felt the same thing that Elisa feels at night. The same thing the boy felt before he died. But who is this boy? And how is he connected to the girl? Can you pull over, please? I need out. Let's walk to the river. I need to wash off the blood.
The crew stopped about a kilometer away from Elisa's house. Suddenly, an otherworldly force attacks Jana Shulikova.
What happened?
I almost got killed.
Get out of the water, quick, it's freezing cold.
Something invisible threw the clairvoyant and our administrator into the river and damaged the audio equipment.
A dead man from the river pushed me. He's pale. He's all white and wearing wet clothes. I need to change. I'm all wet. I was sure that the pale dead man was trying to prevent me from seeing Elisa. He could very well be the spirit that choked the girl. But who is he? And how is he connected to Elisa? I'm set.
Can we go now?
Wait.
The clairvoyant goes to the river again. But why?
The spirit of a young woman called me. She was all wet and bloodied, and I'd already seen her in a vision. She said a very strange phrase. Elisa is not who she seems, but a favor for a favor. It seems she has some information about Elisa. And then I was stunned. The same man who pushed us into the water approached the dead woman. The spirits know each other. It's her husband.
Who are these spirits, and what is their relation to Elisa? Are they the ones who choke her at night?
And again, I had that vision about Elisa and the man abusing her. Only this time, I saw something else. A little boy was watching the rape. Was there any violence against Elisa? Did she complain about anything?
No.
But I was sure that there had been violence. Perhaps the girl was too shy to tell anyone about it.
Those two spirits have crucial information about our case. I need to call Olena.
Hello?
I got a little delayed on my way to you. A spirit pushed me into the river.
Mother of God.
The spirit that pushed me and his wife have information about our Elise. You need to come to help me. Meet me at the entrance to the village next to the bridge.
Let's go.
A few minutes later, there's a crowd near the bridge. No one approaches the clairvoyants, but everyone is talking in whispers. Later, we will see why these people are here.
Hello. Those spirits are here. Do you see them?
A woman and a man?
Yes, they both drowned. And I saw this woman in the morning.
She's crying and pointing at her belly.
Was she pregnant?
Did anything like that happen here long ago?
Yes, it did. Anna and Ivan. They celebrated the New Year at his grandmother's, and then they were walking on the bridge and are said to have drowned.
It's horrifying. So it turns out that a young couple who lived in the village really drowned here, and the woman was pregnant. The tragedy happened more than 20 years ago.
And she, Anna, says, "Tell everyone the truth. Help us." They are asking for help because they are considered suicides, but it's not the case. She says, "We were killed and thrown into the water."
A shocking revelation. The pregnant woman and her husband were killed and thrown into the river. But who committed this terrible crime?
And no one was imprisoned, no one was punished.
The criminal case was closed. No one went to jail.
The clairvoyant sensed that the man was thrown off the bridge and died from hitting the rocks, while his wife knocked on the doors of the villagers hoping for rescue.
She says, "I ran, shouting, 'People, somebody help!' But no one opened the door for her."
They did knock asking for help. Yes, it's true, it's true.
It's something unimaginable. No one opened the door to save the pregnant woman's life.
The man was doomed. There were several attackers. But the woman could have survived if not for the indifference of the people.
The spirit of the murdered man hates everyone in this village. He blames them for the deaths of his wife and child.
Are there many accidents, deaths, and drownings in this village? Here come 3 drowned people.
That's my relative. My son-in-law. He fell from that bridge.
It was Ivan who took him.
It turned out that after the deaths of the couple, local young men started dying under mysterious circumstances. Locals fear to cross the river. Everyone is sure that some mystical force is throwing people off the bridge.
To tell the truth, people were afraid to come back home from work at night.
And for body kids to approach this place.
The spirit of the murdered man is taking his revenge. In his understanding, not only the murderers are to blame for his family's death, everyone who didn't open the door and didn't help is also guilty. The whole village will suffer. Not only will they drown, they will hang themselves and crash in cars.
Her children hanged themselves. 3 young people died.
Young men crash on motorcycles. And there are many accidents in the village.
The spirit is taking them because he and his wife are unavenged.
We thought that Alisa was being choked by these 2 spirits, but it turned out that the couple was killed more than 20 years ago. Alisa wasn't even born then, and the spirits can't blame her for their death.
There were 4 attackers, men of about 30. They were drunk. 2 are dead by now. Here it is, God's punishment, and 2 are still alive. But nothing good will happen to them.
But if we pray to God, can we repent this?
Invite a priest to hold a service for the couple. The spirit of the murdered woman was grateful. She said, "You helped me, and now I will help you." And she repeated the phrase again. Alisa is not who she seems. But this time she added, "Go to the house where she lives. You will find a boy there who saw everything and knows everything." The cards showed me the spirit of a boy next to the girl in the morning.
The boy of about 5 or 6, right?
Yes. Something was choking the girl at night. And the boy was strangled.
The psychics are heading to Alisa's house to find out what is choking her at night.
Oh, God.
There is a little boy of about 6. His neck is all blue. He was strangled. This house was his home. He lived here and was killed here.
Jana, I saw him in my vision.
Ivan.
Whose toys are these?
His favorite.
He was murdered.
Here. The brown couch. Remember, I told you I saw abuse. This girl, were you raped here?
No.
We had a brother and a sister. They were murdered. The sister's name was Alina. She was raped and killed.
This is horrendous. The girl's sister and brother were raped and killed in this room, right on this couch.
It turned out that Elisa looks exactly like her murdered sister.
Did it happen here?
Was it here?
Yes. They were found dead on these couches.
I found them.
The children were murdered 14 years ago, and Olha still hasn't forgiven herself for leaving them alone that fateful night.
I'm guilty because I could have not left them at home.
The woman and her husband worked in the forestry, far in the mountains. You can't casually walk such distances.
It's more than 15 kilometers. It's really far away.
So, the parents occasionally stayed overnight at the forester's cabin and left Alina in charge at home.
I left them at around 6 in the evening.
He knocks on the door. He's drunk. He reeks of alcohol. He yells, "Give me money."
The children didn't have any money. Of course, he went berserk.
It was a man who lived nearby. He was looking for money to buy a bottle.
He attacks the girl and tears her clothes. Then he chokes her, and the boy defends his sister. But how can a child handle a grown man? He strangled the girl, and the boy hid. He survived.
Elisa is not scared by the clairvoyant's words. The tragedy happened before she was born, but she knows about the horrific murder of her brother and sister.
Wait. This murderer, the rapist, came back in the morning and finished him off. He strangled him and threw him here too.
What a nightmare. It's impossible to describe in words what the parents saw when they returned home in the morning.
I entered the house and saw a foot sticking out from under the blanket. Alina's foot. It was awful.
Alina was 12, while Ivan was 6. It's hard to even imagine how the family survived such grief.
The world was weird. Everything was weird.
He's in jail.
Volodymyr.
He confessed.
Yes.
I would kill him with my own hands. I can't get over it. Let everyone hear. May him rot in jail. May him die there. But how does this relate to Elisa? Why is she in danger?
And why do we only see the boy's spirit, but we don't see the girl?
What if it's her who's choking you? Maybe she wants to come back?
If a spirit needs a body, it has to expel one soul and take over that body. It can choke and kill to achieve it.
Let's try to summon her.
We need Elisa. Please leave us alone with the girl.
Don't be afraid. I'll recite a prayer and I will try to talk to Alina. Servant of God, Alina. Servant of God, Alina. Come.
The girl collapses. It appears that she fainted. Elisa's mother and sister come running, hearing the noise.
Are you alive?
Thank God. Elisa opens her eyes.
Alina's soul is in Elisa's body. Alina and Elisa are the same person.
We summoned the soul of the murdered Alina, and she appeared as soon as the living Elisa lost consciousness.
But how is this possible?
I don't know how to tell you this. Alina is your Elisa. They ended up sharing the same soul. Elisa was born a year after Alina's death.
I can't comprehend it.
You were crying at the cemetery, asking, did you go to the cemetery pregnant?
I just said, God, I want her to live.
You asked for your daughter to return.
I said, Thank you. I will soon have a daughter.
You knew it would be a girl. And you knew she would be Elisa. But you still understood that she would be Alina. You brought her back. You gave birth to her again.
God gave me a daughter who's an almost identical copy of her.
Elisa is very much like Alina. The same face, the same smile. I always see my sister Alina in her.
They rarely call me Elisa. Everyone says Alina.
That's why the pregnant woman's spirit from the river told me that Elisa is not who she seems.
Incredible! No one expected such a twist.
It turns out that Alina was 12 when she was murdered. You are also 12. No one is actually choking Elisa. It is her soul at the age when she was murdered, reliving everything she felt at the moment of death. Alina was strangled.
When was Alina murdered, raped, and strangled?
September 27th.
In 10 days.
A soul experiences the greatest shock on the days of birth and death. As the date of her death approaches, Alina's soul is experiencing increasing stress. The peak will come on September 27th.
Then how do we protect Elisa from danger?
Look. First of all, we know the dates we need to be wary of. And on these dates, please visit 3 churches, light candles for health, and read prayers. And I want to make a talisman for you.
Give me a broad sheet of paper.
When children's hands and feet are outlined, this comes from an ancient ritual of sealing the footprint on the ground, so that the soul wouldn't leave you.
This is what we are doing to help Elisa stay here.
Your footprint will always be with your family. This will be your talisman.
Thank you.
You're going to live your life just as you dream it.
We are so grateful.
We contacted Elisa via Skype as soon as the dangerous date for the girl had passed.
I was terrified of the 27th. On September 27th, I didn't feel very well. I went to the monastery, lit a candle, and prayed, and I felt better.
Nothing's choking her anymore. The psychics helped us a lot. We are infinitely grateful.
An unknown mystical force is trying to strangle a little girl. Where did the killer poltergeist come from? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover a horrifying family secret. This little girl's name is Nastya. She is 5 years old. Her mother is worried about her life because the girl suffers from unexplained choking attacks.
She starts coughing to the point where she turns bluish. She just can't breathe in or out.
Doctors can't explain the cause of Nastya's choking. X-rays, ultrasounds, and other tests have not revealed any pathologies.
I can't say that it's asthma, an allergy, or a cardiovascular problem.
Little Nastya is being treated for one thing or another all the time. Meanwhile, the attacks are becoming more frequent. Moreover, Olena has recently started having nightmares. She sees her Nastya die.
In my dream, my daughter fell. She jumped from a 9-story building, and I stood there watching her fall and crash next to me.
Olena would not have attached such importance to this dream if at the age of 20 the woman had not seen the death of her mother in a dream, and soon after, her mother died.
My mom reassured me, saying that if someone dies in a dream, it means they will live a long life. I never could have imagined that my mom would die so early.
Olena's mother was only 44. She died of breast cancer.
Cancer could have been causing symptoms while spreading. But there were no symptoms at all. It happened just like that.
Doctors couldn't save Olena's mother, and now they are at a loss over her daughter. In desperation, the woman wrote us a letter, pleading for help. Clairvoyant Olena Kurilova and British medium Anna Galliers take on the case.
Imagine, some entity attacked me last night. It started choking me. Here, look, see the marks on my neck?
My goodness.
They were gone by the morning. I took this photo right after the entity left.
Could the entity that choked you be the same that's tormenting Nastya? When I worked with the photo, I saw the girl lying in her bed, and next to her stood a gray, semi-transparent figure. It wasn't alive. It was a spirit, and it grabbed her with its icy hands and choked her.
When I tried to understand what was happening to the girl, I had a strange vision. I saw a woman with long, dark hair. She was sitting in a chair completely naked, and her eyes were glassy, like those of a doll. The woman was dead. Behind her stood a man. He brushed her hair and then put a dress on her and carried her to bed.
Could it be a maniac?
I don't know yet. But the death of that woman is somehow connected to what is happening to the girl.
While I was on the train, I had a dream about a gypsy woman. She told me a strange phrase. When you see a house into which a train enters, remember that he who paints saints holds the secret.
Let's go. The girl is waiting for us.
Hello.
I'm Olena, and this is Nastya.
Can we come in? Your mom worries about you.
Yes, and I worry about Mom.
Olena is raising her daughter alone. The girl's father left the family and shows no interest in his daughter's fate. Olena says she worked as an advertising agent, but due to Nastya's illness, she had to quit her job.
I'm all alone. I have no one to turn to and no one to help me.
Apart from her daughter, Olena has no one left, and she is terribly afraid of losing her.
What's happening to you isn't related to this place. Tell me, did you live somewhere else before? And did the same thing happen to the girl there?
It's always been like this. These spasms started one night 4 years ago.
As the girl got older, the fits became more frequent and lasted longer.
I'd like to consult the cards, but for this I need a table. You're afraid for yourself and for little Nastya. I had a feeling of someone or something nearby, and it was pressing.
I woke up and just couldn't breathe in or out. It was like a lump in my throat.
These are dark forces that can drag you to the other side. Your fear is justified.
Look at the flame, please. I'm having a vision. I see a picture. Someone very strange is looking at me from the picture, but the picture isn't here. Not in this apartment.
A yellow building. I look out the window and see a street paved with cobblestones. And I feel emptiness. There's emptiness under the floor.
It's an arch. It's my other apartment, the one I inherited from my mother.
Olena sold the apartment where she lived with her mother.
I wasn't comfortable there alone.
At that moment, I saw the image of Olena's mother. She was spinning around, casting glances sideways, as if she were trying to find someone. And then a vortex formed around her, and it pulled her into the ground. In this way, she probably wanted to show me that something had taken her to the other side. Let's go to that place. Your mom needs to go with us, okay?
Baby, you go to Aunt Oksana's, will you?
Is this your window?
Yes.
Let's go upstairs.
The psychics couldn't enter the apartment, however. The owners weren't home, and no one opened the door.
Olena, look. Who is that woman walking back and forth?
A woman?
Yes, she has long, dark hair. She's so pale, I recognized her. It was the same dead woman from the vision I had the other day. I see a woman. Behind her stands a man. He brushed her hair. Why is the woman pointing her finger at me? My God! It hurts. The spirit stabbed me with something sharp, and I felt his cold breath behind me. I realized that the woman's spirit appeared to warn me about the attack of another spirit. The man standing behind me. I couldn't see him, but I felt that his energy was familiar. It was the same spirit that had choked me at night. It was the same spirit that choked Olena and Nastya, but who was he?
Wait. When I touched Olena's hand, I immediately had a flash. It's a cemetery, graves, and a black candle in hand. She's at the cemetery. Her mom is at the cemetery. What was her name? Larissa?
Larissa.
She performed a ritual. She wanted to improve her love life because it wasn't going well after she divorced your father.
Mom went to a fortune teller who said, "You have been cursed with a wreath of loneliness." She made a candle and said, "Burn it where cemetery paths cross." She said to burn the candle there and leave without looking back.
But she looked back.
Mom said she didn't. She said she heard sounds behind her, but she didn't look back.
She was being tossed around the cemetery.
Yes, she couldn't find her way out. She turned the wrong way and started to wander.
And then I understood what Larissa's spirit was trying to tell me when we were in the first apartment. Do you remember I said that Larissa's spirit was looking around? And then a vortex formed around her. She didn't understand where the entrance or the exit was. When you're spinning, you automatically turn around. She was spun around, like in a black vortex, a cemetery black portal. All these evil spirits and entities came and attached to her. She brought the spirit from the cemetery home with her. Communicating with otherworldly forces is always a risk, even for experienced psychics. But the spirit that Mom brought from the cemetery had already taken its sacrifice. Something else is coming now.
Olena, look, there are tracks here. Trains used to run here.
They used to bring stones here to avoid carrying them.
Do you remember your vision about the train entering the house?
When you see a house into which a train enters, remember that he who paints saints holds the secret.
Who is the man who paints saints? And what secret does he hold?
It might be my father. He was an artist.
As it turned out, Olena's father decorated churches.
For some reason, the father is being hidden. I can't see him.
He died. That's all I know.
Olena's parents divorced when she was 8 years old. The man was fanatically jealous of his wife, beat her, and abused alcohol. In the end, he drank himself to death.
The father took some secret to the grave with him, and his spirit wouldn't make contact. Let's stand here, please. I will recite. Images should come. Quiet. Hold her.
Olena faints. The psychics are scared.
Careful, my darling.
I feel lightheaded. It got suddenly dark. It felt like the ground just slipped from under my feet and...
This is where you're being drawn to. I need to consult the cards. The card of the future. The road is open. All right, these are the gate, the holy gate, the place of death under the falling tower. I don't understand these places, but if we find this place, there's the solution, the key there.
I have no clue where it might be.
Let's go to the city center. There, I'll try to ask my pendulum for directions.
The city center is very close by, so a few minutes, the clairvoyants are there.
Can someone give me the map of the city? And can you tell me if there are 2 churches nearby?
There are 2 cathedrals nearby, Dormition and Dominican.
The Dormition and Dominican cathedrals, and in between them is the gate, the holy gate.
Let's go there.
The psychics go to the cathedrals. It's growing dark quickly.
Here is the holy gate, the place of death under the falling tower. This is somehow connected to your family.
Mom used to work here.
For many years, Olena's mother worked in this building as a newspaper editor. It's a city architectural landmark. It used to be a defensive fortress in the past. Now, the tower is open to tourists.
It's so cold in here, like in a crypt.
What is going on here?
Hello.
It's related to my mom. My mom worked here at the Architectural Bulletin.
Who?
Larisa Mikhaeva. She died, and after that, both my daughter and me have been experiencing strange things. So I reached out to the psychics, and they brought us here.
What you're doing is forbidden by religion.
We came here only to help this woman.
Even if your intentions are good, you can't come in here. Leave the premises.
Something is definitely going on in this tower, and these people are keeping a terrible secret. There's always noise, rumbling, and sounds of falling here.
The following day, our journalists found confirmation of the clairvoyant's words.
There are testimonies, including from the guard who watches over the tower. He often hears someone walk upstairs.
We found that guard. He asked not to show his face, but confirmed that mystical phenomena regularly occur in the tower at night.
There's an unrested spirit of a child here. I think it's a girl. I hear her crying.
You can't see it. It only knocks and cries like a little child.
A child was killed and buried in this building.
The girl was killed about 50 or 60 years ago. And it seems they were renovating something here and walled her up.
The building was renovated in the 50s, but there's no mention of a child's remains in the archives. However, this brave man, despite the prohibition from the management, shared information with us.
During the reconstruction, I can say that a dead child was found.
There was no funeral ritual. The body was simply thrown into a pit.
No wonder the spirit is furious. However, the girl's spirit was supposed to take revenge on her killer, not the people who found the body. I think her spirit is destroying everything here because she wants to be freed.
We've got to do it. But we had to perform the ritual at 2 in the morning.
The clairvoyants returned to the tower at 2 in the morning to perform the sacred ritual.
But at that moment, we still didn't understand what was bothering the mother and daughter.
Olena, there's blood on your wrist. Who cut your wrist?
I don't want to speak about it.
You did it yourself.
Later, Olena admitted that she did cut her veins as a child.
I can say that my dad could hit me and yell at me, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I was 14 years old then.
What was his name?
Serhi.
He tormented and mentally oppressed you.
He hated me for some reason. Maybe it was because I refused to accept his girlfriend. I mean his lover.
After divorcing Olena's mother, her father found a much younger concubine. She caused the rift between him and his daughter.
I see the man holding a knife. He murdered someone and was punished for that.
He did his time for a murder.
His victim was a woman, his lover.
This is just a nightmare. The man left his wife, tormented his only daughter, and then killed his lover.
What I saw in my vision the other day, the dead woman with long hair, she's the woman Olena's father killed.
They argued over something, and he stabbed her in the stomach 5 or 7 times. Afterward, he washed and dressed her. And when Grandpa came to wake him, he found her cold and stiff.
I saw a man behind the woman brushing her hair.
Tell me, please. Was she related to gypsies?
Yes, she was.
It turns out that Anna and I saw the same woman in our visions. The gypsy woman who appeared in my dream was the lover of Olena's father. Do you know who's choking you?
No.
Your father?
Why is he doing that? Is it because I didn't bury him?
Did you refuse to bury him?
Yes, I did. I even have no idea where he's buried. Absolutely nothing.
He's unforgiven. He didn't receive your forgiveness.
When he got out of prison, he called me. He just asked for a meeting so we could talk.
However, Olena never forgave her father for what he did to her as a child, and her mother's unhappiness in life, and then her death. She didn't go to the meeting.
I hold a grudge because I didn't have the family I dreamed about.
Soon after, the man died.
I was on my way to work and I got a call from the police. They asked, "Do you know Serhi?" I said yes, and they said, "We found him, and he's dead."
This is the cause of your fits. Your father's spirit desperately needs your forgiveness because he's suffering greatly in the afterlife.
It turned out that it was after her grandfather's death that little Nastia's choking attacks began.
So what do I do now?
Forgive, let go, and forget your grudge. We'll send him off and lay him to rest. Close your eyes. Look at the candle flame. Remember the grievances that were there. Now I'll tie them up. Step over it with your right foot and walk to the van without looking back. What did you forgive him for?
For all the grievances he caused, for hitting me, for everything, absolutely everything.
Olena, I'd like to give you this talisman. Give it to your daughter. It will protect her.
Thank you so much.